This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so yesterday we discussed about that what is the Terraform, the difference between Terraform and Ansible, Terraform and cloud formation, right? What are the prerequisites we need to know before learning the Terraform, right? And we have created one Terraform script and we executed, right? So I have connected to the Linux server. So here we have written the Terraform, right? This is the Terraform script we have written. So now I'm going to run that one again. So Terraform apply hyphen auto approve. So if you use this option, it is not going to ask that yes option, right? Automatically it will take as a yes, and it is going to create that execute that Terraform script. See here, now it's creating. So yesterday we have deleted, right? What command we used for deleting that instance? Destroy. Thank you, Russell. Right. So it has deleted. Now again, I'm executing that one. So it's creating. So that's why see here, you can see that instance creating. Right. So it has created. Now you can go here. Just if you refresh it, you will see that one instance. See, EC2 instance, right? By Terraform. So now I have one question. If I execute one more time, same command, Terraform apply, is it going to create one more instance? No. So Raid is saying yes, other people are saying no. No, it is not going to. Again, if you want, you can execute and see. It is not going to create. So it will check, is there any updates? If it is any updates, it is going to do. Otherwise, see here, 0 added, 0 changed, 0 destroyed. It's not. Right. So why it is not creating? Anybody idea? Suppose again, if I copy this script file into some other directory, and if I execute this script, it will create it. But from this directory, if you execute, it is not going to create. Why? So after running this Terraform script, it is going to create a one file called as terraform.tf state. Because of this one, it is not going to. See, if you go and open this one, see these two files are created after creating this Terraform script. This Terraform script contains that whatever that is happen, this particular instance ID, everything it is going to maintain. So now if you go and check it, terraform.state, right? See this particular file contains that Terraform state file contains that ID and all, right? So it contains that all the details. Okay. So first, before executing this Terraform script, first it will check what is there in the Terraform state file. Okay, it will compare whatever it is there in the Terraform state. Terraform state file contains that whatever it has executed, whatever it is happened here, those state is it is going to store here, right? So already with this ID, one EC2 instance is there, right? With this ID, so that's why it is not creating. Suppose if I remove this one terraform.tf state file, if I delete and if I execute terraform apply command, is it going to create one more EC2 instance? No? Yes? It will create it. It will create, right? So let me remove. So rm hyphen rf terraform.tf state file. Now, if you see, there is no this particular file, right? Now, if you go and execute Terraform apply, see, it's a creating with a different ID, right? So now, whatever that new instance which is creating that particular ID, that Terraform state file is going to maintain. Now, after executing this Terraform script, if you go and execute Terraform destroy command, is it going to see? Now it is done, right? Now you can go and you can refresh it. Here you will see that two instances. See here, you can see that two instances. Now if I go ahead and execute terraform destroy, terraform destroy, is it going to delete these two instances or only one instance? Only one instance. So whatever it is created, na, that one it is going to delete it. Okay, if you see here, it is going to show which one has created ID as. Okay, so just hit the enter. It is going to delete only one instance only. It is not going to delete the two instances. See, 1 3 2 4. So this one it is going to delete it. Okay, still it is destroying. So this Terraform state file is very important, guys. Okay, so usually this Terraform state file we are going to keep into the cloud server. We are not going to keep into that directory where it is executing. Okay, because suppose you are executing one Terraform script from your laptop, other DevOps engineer is going to execute same Terraform script from his laptop, right? So that time it is very difficult, right? So that's why we are going to keep this Terraform state file in the one centralized place. That Terraform state file we are going to refer everyone. Clear? So this file is very important, Terraform state file. Clear? So now you can go here, just refresh it. Only one instance is running. The other one is terminated. So I have enabled that filter here. If you remove this filter, see here, it's terminated. Right? Okay. So Taranjit is asking, so Terraform state is kept in a repository or what? No. So we have separate cloud services are there. Even Terraform cloud is there. Terraform cloud is there. There we can keep this one. Okay. So if you see, if we have time, we'll discuss that one also. Clear? So today we'll continue that second session. So here we are going to discuss about the Terraform state file. So we discussed it. And one more thing, if you see here, right now, what we are doing, we are keeping provider section and the resources section both in the same Terraform file, right? But we are not going to keep both in the same file. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a one script called as provider.tf. Okay, so in the provider.tf, we are going to keep that provider information. Okay, the resources section, we are going to create that in the main.tf. So like this, we are going to segregate. Okay, provider.in tf contains that provider information, and main.tf it contains that which resource you want to create, that one. So let me execute mkdir. So go back mkdir2, go inside that here, create that va provider.tf. In that provider.tf file, just keep this information, save it, va main.tf. Now see, I have created the two separate files. Okay, I have segregated provider section and the main resource logic section. Now you can execute. So Terraform init. So this is the first command you have to execute it. Without executing this command, you are not able to execute any Terraform commands. Then execute that Terraform apply. If you want, you can use auto approve. Auto approve. See, it is creating. So this is the standard syntax. Usually we are going to maintain provider information in provider TF, the resources, whatever the resources you want to create or update, delete, that one we are going to keep into the main.tf. You will see that in the real time, provider.tf, the main.tf. Here, we are not going to keep everything in the same file. So we have created in the first script. So like this, usually we are not going to keep it. Clear? So it has created. You can go and see here. Just refresh it. See, it has created. Right. So now my requirement. So let me go ahead and destroy it. Okay. So it's destroy means it's deleting. Right. So if you don't want to display that the other states, if you want to only display running instances, select this filter. So it is going to display only the running instances only. Right. So now I want to create that multiple instances. So create multiple resources using the count parameter. Okay. See here, we are going to use that one count argument. Count is equal to 4. If you use this one, count is equal to 4, it is going to create that 4 EC2 instances. Okay. So let me add that here. So now it has destroyed. In the main.tf, just I am going to update here. Count is equal to, I am going to keep that 3. it is going to create that 3 instances. Let's see, save it. Now you can just refresh here. Okay, so this instance also, if you want, you can delete it. Okay, because we have deleted the Terraform state file, that's why this one we need to delete manually. So Taranjit is asking, sir, we created main.tf and provider.tf. How Terraform will know it has to pick up config from which two files? So that is the standard syntax. It is going to read that. So your Terraform is going to read that whatever that files are there in the current directory, all the files with extension .tf, it is going to read and it is going to identify. Right. So automatically Terraform is going to identify. So Jitendra is asking how to create two different names. We'll discuss that one. Okay, so first now we'll execute that this Terraform script file. It is going to create how many instances now? It is going to create the 3 instances. Right, hit the enter. See, 0, 1, 2. So 3 instances it is creating. When hundreds of instances, although if you want, you can create it. Just you can give that 100. So automatically it is going to create it. See, resources 3 added. You can go here, just you can refresh it. 3 instances has created. See, but with the same name, right? But Jitendra is expecting that with the different names. We can do it, that one also. I will show you in this today's session only. Okay, clear? So do we have still one state file if we have a main.tf on Terraform and provided data? Yes. See guys, we have only one Terraform state file. See, even it is contains that main.tf and provider.tf and n number of Terraform scripts, it will be there in this current directory also, but it is going to maintain only one Terraform state file. Okay, in the real time, n number of Terraform scripts files will be there in the one directory. Clear? So it has created and it is deleted also, right? So you can execute that destroy. So after creating, we need to delete it. Otherwise, n number of instances it will be there. STROY, destroy. Okay. So if you want any help on the Terraform commands, just execute that Terraform help. Okay, just execute that Terraform space -help. It is going to use all the commands. So it's this time. Let's this time. Yes, it's done. Now you go and see. So Terraform state file is there and Terraform state backup file is there. Okay, so if you want, you can see the content. So it is also maintaining after executing same script, it is going to keep here, and n number of times it is going to execute. All the states are going to keep into this particular file, right? So this is another state file it is going to maintain, but it is not going to use, right? So this one contains that the latest state, whatever it is executed, that one. But this contains that all the things n number of times you are going to execute, this information is going to maintain here. Clear? So recovery is possible from the backup file? No. Once we delete that Terraform state file, you are not able to. Okay. So next one is variables. See, in the real time, the same project having that n number of variables, right? So it is difficult to maintain that all the variables in the Terraform script. Instead of that one, we'll keep all the variables in a one separate file called as vars.ef. If you see here, we have written one script, AMI, instance type, security groups. So the tag names and all. Instead of keeping these things, instead of hard coding these values here, we can create a one Terraform script file called as vars.ef. There we can keep it, right? So what I will do, I will create a one 03 dot vars.tf, vars.tf. So here I am going to create that variables, right? So instead of hard coding those values in the script file, so I am going to create that vars.tf. So here I am going to create that variables. So for creating the variables, we are going to use that one keyword variable, variable, variable. So the variable name. So here the variable name you can give that AMI, your wish. You can give this lowercase or uppercase. Okay, AMI. So then flower bracket open, close. So guys, this variable name, your wish. Whatever that name, if you want, you can give. Okay. So we have one property called as description. Description equals, you can keep that message. This variable having the AMI value. So easily we can able to understand. So Girish is asking, sir, we have to keep that variable with a detailed full name, or just simply can we use that var? No, you have to use that variable. That is one keyword. You have to use exactly like this one only. Okay. So for this one, I want to provide one default value. Use that default is equal to, within the double quotes, keep that value. So here, whatever the AMI we used, take this one and you can keep it here. Okay. So this is one variable. So like that, you can create another variable. So AMI, another one is instance right? Instance type. Okay, so here description, it's common. Okay, each variable contains that is a okay common property and default. So what is the instance type? We are using that t2 dot micro, t2 dot micro, right? So use like this one, t2 micro. So like this, if you want, you can create that one more variable, number of instances. So how many instances? If suppose I am keeping that 4. Okay, so if you want, you can change here this variable having that instance type value, this variable having that count value, right? So like that you can give that description, so that easily they can able to understand, oh, this particular variable is containing that this value. Now I want to refer these values, so let me create that 03 dot provider dot tf. So there you can keep that provider information. Okay, close it, then create that one more 03 dot main dot tf. So here keep that whatever it is there in the main dot tf, right? But here we don't want to hard code, na? What we have to do, we have to get these values, right? We don't want to keep these values. Okay, so we have count also, count is equal to, so these three values we need to get it from the variables dot tf, right? So for that one, what we have to do, if you want to get a variable value, this one, suppose if you want to get a one variable value, what is the symbol we are going to use? We are going to use the dollar symbol, dollar flower bracket we are going to give in a, yes or no? And inside that flower bracket we are going to where that, so whatever that variables we have used, so ami like this, okay. Same way, dollar symbol within the flower brackets where that, so for instance type, whatever you have given here, you have to keep like this one exactly. So this is the ami, right? This one second. So for this one, what is the variable name we have given for count? See here, number of instances, right? So like this we are going to get these variable values like this one where that, so you have to give this one where that the variable name. So this variable name, so already we have created in the where that tf file. So like this you have to create. Okay, so now let me create a one directory, mkdir 3. So go inside that oh, already I'm in that 3 directory only, va main dot tf Okay, so copy this one, save it, va var.tf. So copy that whatever the variables you have created and provider.tf. Save it. Now if you see, we have created that provider.tf, main.tf, var.tf. So guys, however I'm creating the file names, na, even in the real time also it will be like this one only, right? See, same Terraform file only I'm segregating. Yes or no? Provider.tf, it contains that provider information. Main.tf, it contains that the actual logic which we need to create it. Var.tf, the variables. Instead of hard coding, we are going to create the variables. Wherever we want, we can access it. Right. So now, if you go and execute Terraform init, first you have to execute this command. Okay. So it's executed. Then Terraform apply hyphen auto approve. So now also it is going to create with the same names. Okay. Now I will show you. So it is, see, it is creating with that 4 instances. Right. It is creating that 4 instances. Four instances with the same name. See, 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 instances it is creating. See, 4 added. Now you can go here. Just if you refresh it, you will see that 4 instances. See, 4 instances. Now what you will do? You can destroy it. So it is going to delete it. See, here I have created that variables and I have given that default values, right? Is it possible to give that these variables values while running the Terraform script? Right now, how we are running Terraform? Apply hyphen auto approve. What will happen if you use like this one? So whatever that values are there, default values, these values are going to take. Instead of taking these values, is it possible to pass that these values, variable values dynamically? Yes, it is possible. So for that one, we are going to that hyphen var. Okay. So the variable name, suppose here number of instances is equal to, okay. So suppose I am going to pass that 2. Now, if you execute this command, what will happen? Even though you have specified that 4, but how many instances it is going to create it? It is going to create that only 2. So guys, same concept did we use it in the Ansible or not? Taranjit Bhaiya, Singh Bhaiya, King is Singh. Even see in Terraform, this Ansible playbooks also, sir, I didn't attended for a Terra, this one Ansible sir, don't ask with me any questions. Yes, Baya, correct na? We didn't attend it, right? So once Ansible class will come, so we feel that already we achieved everything. So we don't want to attend the classes. Like that, you guys will feel and not going to attend the classes. Simply we are doing hard working and teaching you guys. Okay. So same option we have in the Ansible playbooks also. Okay. So now, so I have deleted. So 4 instances as deleted. You can go here, just refresh it. You are not going to see 4 instances. See, it has deleted. Now I'm going to execute this command. Now it is going to create that 2. But in var.f, 4 is there. Let's see. See, 2 to add in the plan. So it's creating only 2 instances only. It's creating 2 instances. So like that, guys, you can hard code it. You can pass the values dynamically. Right. See, it has created only 2. You can go and refresh it here. See, only 2. If you want, you can destroy it. Destroy. It is going to delete it. So now what we'll do? We are going to create with different names instead of same name. See, it is creating with EC2 instance by Terraform. EC2 instance by Terraform. Instead of that one, I'm going to add the numbers. Machendrapa is asking, can we rename the instance type? Your question is wrong. Can we rename the instance name? This one. Yes, it is possible. Okay. Yesterday we saw that one, right? So if you want to change, go to your Terraform script. You can change that one and you can run it. So automatically it is going to change this one. Even we have changed that instance type also. Instead of T2 medium, T2 micro also we use it. It is possible. So Anand is asking, is there any option to run in the debug mode like scripting, shell scripting? We are going to use -x, na? No, Baya, we don't have. So already plan is there, na? That plan is kind of a one dry run. It's a debug mode only. So it is going to use that one. What are the things it is going to happen? Okay, it has destroyed. Now you are not going to see any instances. So now what I will do? Just I will change that the main.tf only. See here, instead of only the name, I'm going to add the numbers 1, 2, 3 like that one. Okay. So dynamically, suppose how many, suppose instances we are passing. Suppose I'm passing that 3 instances. So you will see the count here, right? In the count, you will see na 3 instances. I need to get one by one, 1, 2, 3 like that one. Or so the index is going to start from 0 here. So for that one, we are going to that dollar symbol, flower bracket. Okay, within the flower bracket, the variable name count dot index. So this count is the one variable. Na? It contains that number. From that one, I am going to get that value. So we are going to the count dot index. Right. Now what will happen? Is it instance by Terraform 0? Is it instance by Terraform 1? So like that, it is going to give the names. Save it. Now you can run that Terraform script. You will see that now with the different names. See, it is going to create that 4 instances. Why? In the var that f, the default value is 4. Really it is creating. See, it has. Now you can go and see. Just refresh it here. See here, instance at each instance by Terraform 0, each instance Terraform by 1. So like that, it is going to give the numbers. See, with the various different names we have created, right? So like this, guys, you can use that variables, and you can pass that dynamically that variable value. So I'm going to delete it. So Girish sir, it's like auto numbering. Yes, see how many instances are there. So those many instances, it is going to give that numbers. Because we use that count that index. That's why. Clear. So next one is comments. Okay. Next one is comments. See, the Terraform language supports three different syntax for comments. Here, see, two types of comments are there. Okay. Single line comment, multi-line comment. So for single line comment, we are going to use the hash or two forward symbols. Right. Multi-line comment slash star star slash. Right. So Vijay Bhaskar asking one question. If we don't have key paid, I mean new AWS account, we have to launch instance. What is your question? I'm not able to understand. Okay, you can retype. I will see. So when you are asking the question, first that other person has to understand your question first of all. So like that you have to type. Okay. If you type with a meaningful question, I can able to understand. So in script we have given key pair values. No? Yes. Okay. So you mean you are saying that these values, key value pairs, without key pair values, is it possible to create that instance? It is not possible. You have to give this key and value. Otherwise, how you are going to? Otherwise, you have to pass like this one. Okay. But you should create this variable name. So even if you don't give also, it is going to work because we are going to pass that variable value dynamically. Just you can create and you can leave it this variable name like this one. Right. So, but here we are passing. Okay. So if you don't pass this variable and simply we're creating, we are going to get error because it is expecting that variable value, right? So that's why we are going to just the safe side. We are going to keep that one default value. Suppose if you are not passing any value here, at least it is going to take the default value. So now what I'm going to do, I will use this single line comments and multi-line comments. We'll see whether it is going to work or not. Okay. So what I will do, VI main.tf, not main.tf, VI provider.tf. So here I'm going to keep that comment. Just type I, it will come insert mode. I'm going to use that sing two forward slash, right? Okay. Now, is it going to work? Just you can go ahead and run any command you can run, will get error. See, error, configuring Terraform AWS provider, no valid credentials. Source for the Terraform AWS provider found. Okay. So it is means comments is working. Yes or no? Suppose I will remove this one. I will use that hash. Hash also we are going to use for single line comments, right? Just I am testing whether it is going to work or not. See, again we are getting error. So what I will do, I will remove this hash and I will keep that multi-line comment slash star star slash. Okay, means I am commenting. Now also you are going to get a error. See, same error, no valid credentials. But if you go and remove this one, if you remove, it is going to work. See, it is executing. We are not getting an error. Right. So, but this is not a good practice to keep that access key and secret key in the provider section. We are going to comment it. Okay. Then what we are going to do? We are going to create that some environment variables. So with this name, AWS underscore access underscore key underscore ID, AWS underscore secret underscore access underscore key. Okay, and we are going to add that variables. Okay, so we are going to create that two variables. We are going to the export key command. Okay, AWS underscore access underscore key underscore ID is equal to that ID you can pass it, access key. Same way, export AWS underscore secret underscore access key is equal to that one, the secret key you can pass it. So let me take this secret key access key. Right. So just execute these two commands where you have to execute in the Linux server where you are going to execute the Terraform scripts. Now, even though you have commented these two lines, it is going to work, right? Let's see whether it will work or not. So first, if you want, you can get those variable values. If you want, you can display that echo dollar symbol, this variable name. Oh, we have configured wrongly. You have to use that ID. See, it is not giving any value. So here you have to use that ID. Now you can use, see, it has. So these are the default, right? The environment variables. So automatically your Terraform can able to understand, right? Just if you create these two environment variables, so automatically your Terraform script can able to understand. Now, if you go and run that Terraform script, it is going to work. You are not going to get any error. See, even you have commented also, it is working. Why? Because we have created that two environment variables. But in the guys, in the real time, we are not going to keep that access key and secret key as part of our Terraform scripts in the provider section. We are going to create that environment variables, or we are going to create a one role. We are going to create a one role. Okay, so I will show you that one, how to create a role and how to attach that role to your EC2 instance. Okay, so whatever that environment variables you have created, only for this session only. If you log out and again if you re-log in, it is not going to work. So if you log out and if you re-log in, so I have logged out. Again, if you log in and switch to the root user, go to that 3. Now, if you execute that Terraform destroy command, you will get a error. See, no valid credentials. So those export commands are going to work that particular session only. Again and again you have to execute these commands if you want to. But it is very difficult, right? So to make it permanently, these variables to available, what we are going to do? You guys has to answer. It's related to Linux commands. You have to add these two commands in the which file? Dot bash underscore profile if it is a user specific, or if you want to provide these variables to the other all the users, that time what we are going to do, we have one file called as a profile file which is available in the etc directory. You have to go and add it, right? Then it will be permanently, it is going to be available. Clear? So instead of this one, we have other way also we can do it. So first way is static credentials, right? So we are keeping the variables in the file. Second one is create that environment variables, right? Third one, use that AWS role. Okay, create a one role. Okay, attach that role to the EC2 instance. Now we are getting the error, right? What I will do now, so go to that IAM, but again we are going to discuss about that what is IAM, what is the user, what is the role. So that time you will get that clear picture. See here roles. Okay, role, right? So click on create role. select that EC2, this one EC2, and click on next. So for this role, I'm going to attach the policy. So yesterday we selected the EC2 full. So that policy you have to attach. Okay, next, next. So role name, Terraform, role, create it. So now you have successfully created this role, this one, this one. Now this role you have to attach to that your EC2 instance. How to attach? Very simple. So go to that EC2 instance service. So where your Terraform scripts are running, select that server. Okay, instance actions, security, modify IAM role, modify IAM role, choose IAM role. See here, Terraform role, save it. Right. So now it is going to work. So this is the best option. This is the best practice we are going to use. Create a role, attach that role to that your EC2 instance. See, now it is executing without any errors. Clear? So that time you don't want to create that access key and secret key. So this is the best practice you can follow. So I'm teaching that various ways we can pass the credentials, but this is the best practice. So we have other way also is there. Create that one file called as .aws credentials. There also you can configure it. Okay, clear? See, like this you can create a one file and you can specify that file. Okay, clear? Anybody have any questions about that credentials part and comment section? If not, we'll discuss about that topic. Can we encrypt the file? Yes, you can do it. What you will do, you can encrypt and you can keep into that one tool called as vault. From there you can get it also. Okay, if you know that vault, hashcraft vault, you can encrypt and keep that passwords or encrypted key in that particular vault registry. Whenever you want, you can get it also. So next topic is user data. So what is this user data? When we want to run the commands on your Linux instance while launching the instance, we'll use the user data. See, my requirement is when you are running the instance, when you are creating the instance, I want to execute some commands, or while creating the server itself, I want to install some softwares. Suppose I want to install that Apache strip server. So while EC2 instance is ready in that server, Apache strip server has to be installed. So in that case, we are going to use one parameter called as user underscore data, and we are going to pass that whatever the commands you want to execute. Right. So while creating the instance, that time whatever that commands you are passing under user data section, it is going to execute. After that, see, it will not execute after creation of the instance. Once we create the EC2 instance, it is not going to execute whatever you are keeping in the user data section. Okay. So now what I will do, I will create one shell script file. That shell script file has to execute. In the shell script file, what we are going to do, we are going to keep that installing the Apache HTTP server. Okay, so let me go here. So go back to one directory, up, create a one folder called as mkdir 4 ready 4. Here again create that provider.tf, keep that now just only this without these two you can use it now onwards. We don't want, just you can use this one because the credentials we are passing as a role, right? So then, so if you want you can use that the variables va var.tf. So we'll create the main.tf later. So now I'll create that one shell script file. Install Apache HTTP server.sh. Okay, so if you want to install Apache HTTP server, we are going to use the m commands, right? So you can keep that the shebang line bin bash, then yum install httpd-y sudo systemctl enable service name httpd sudo systemctl start httpd, save it. So Kesh is saying that user underscore data is like a bootstrapping. Yes, while creating that instance, it is going to be run that script. So now you have provider.tf, var.tf, this shell script. So I want to run this shell script while creating instance, right? So for that one, we are going to use that. So instead of main.tf, can I use that some customized name user data.tf? Yes, you can use it. So there you can keep this whatever it is there in the main.tf, na? Right? So but here I am going to use that user underscore data is equal to, so now whatever that script is there, na, that script has to execute while creating this EC2 instance. So for that one, if you want to get that the file name dollar symbol within the flower bracket, we are going to use one function called as file. So in this file you have to pass that in this file function you have to pass that the parameter, the file name. So let me get that file name. Copy VA. So here you have to use that. You have to pass that file name. Okay. So dollar symbol, flower bracket. So file is the one function. There you have to pass that which script you have to run. Save it. Now you can run it. Terraform init. So it is giving line number 7. This character is not used within this language. Part of expression. Okay. Keep that. See, observe here. Value we are keeping in that within the double quotes, right? Have to keep that the double quotes. See here, all the values we are keeping in the double quotes. Na? Keep that one. See, it's clearly giving line number 7 user underscore data. Expected a start of expression, but not an invalid expression token. Okay. Run. See, now you can apply it. Terraform apply hyphen auto approve. Oh, 4 instances it is. Okay. It has created. So now if you log in into any of the server, okay, and if you check it, that HTTP service should be up and running, right? So connect to any server. And it is not up. You have to wait some time. Still it is not up. So anybody have any questions, guys, on the user data section? No questions? Okay, so we'll wait. System CTL service status, the service name HTTPD. HTTPD is, maybe we'll log in with root user. It should be there. Okay. So Taranjit is asking, can you please repeat that high level steps again? See, what I did here, I have created one shell script, right? Install HTTPD Apache HTTP server.sh. So while creating EC2 instance, I want to install the HCP server. Once EC2 instance is created, this server has to be up and running. That is my requirement, right? So that time we are going to use that user underscore data is equal to. So we need to get that file, right? So we are going to use that dollar symbol within the flower brackets. We are going to use one function called as file. So there we are going to pass this particular file. Okay. So here, just if you check it, not this one, another this one, vi user data.tf. See here, user data. So here one file is there, right? So dollar symbol. If you want to get that file name, file, and here we are using that the file name. Okay. So 1 second. Let me remove this. It's saying now a managed resources has not been declared in the root module. So you have to keep that one. So dot asset dot, it is present that here the directory names, the modules we are going to use. That's why. Shell script will run via EC2 or root user. It is going to run with that EC2 user. So you have to use the double quotes only. Here. Okay. So when you are practicing, you can use different options, and now only you can reproduce these errors and all, so that in the next time, oh, if you get this kind of, oh, you have to use the double quotes here instead of single quotes. See, clearly it is giving that this is the error. So the file name can be anything, or user data.tf. You can give any name. This one you can give any name. Okay. So clear, guys. So we'll continue session 3 in the next class. So the next class is on Monday. So that time we are going to discuss about that what is the security group, what is the IAM, right? What is the S3 bucket. So all these things we are going to discuss. Output variables. Clear? So I will share these scripts in the Skype group. Just go ahead and download and you can practice it. So I will share that previous batch shell script, this one, Terraform scripts, all the scripts. Okay. Taranjit is asking, sir, is it mandatory to have the main.tf file in Terraform? No, it is not a mandatory. Okay. So that's why I use it that user.tf, user data.tf. Yeah, I will share that, Hare Krishna, these documents. Follow the Skype too. Okay. Thank you, guys. Happy Vinayak Chavti to everyone. So who are celebrating. Thank you. Bye. See you on Monday.